All right, this should be a quick video for the second part of Notes 62, doing a little review on distance and midpoint formula. All right, so we have 2 points. We've got the point here, -4, 3, so I want to graph that. So on my little grid here, what did I say, -4, 3. So, whoops, from the origin, 1, 2, 3, -4 to the left, and then 1, 2, 3 up. So going to be a point right there. And then the other point is 2, 6. So from the origin, we would go to the right 2 and then up 6. So point here. So if I look at these 2 points, remember somewhere between these needs to be the midpoint. Okay, and then distance, if you think about the right triangle that you draw here, you could do Pythagorean theorem, which is what distance formula is, to get that distance between them. So let's get into the midpoint. All right, so midpoint is going to be the average of the x's. So x1 plus x2 over 2, and then the average of the y's, y1 plus y2 over 2. And so that's what we're going to set up. So first x plus my second x over 2, and then my first y plus my second y over 2. So let's see, -4 plus 2 is -2, -2 over 2 is -1. And then for my y value, 3 plus 6 is 9, 9 over 2 is, well, 9 over 2. 9 over 2, if you take $9 and divide it by 2 people, that's 4.5. All right. So your ordered pair is -1, 9 halves, not 9 halves, which is the equivalent of -1, 4.5 as a decimal. So if I look at my graph, I want to double check, does it make sense that that point, -1 and then 4.5 would be the midpoint? And yeah, it absolutely is correct. All right. Again, is it going to be an absolute perfect answer? No. And you can't always graph the points that you're given, but if you can, I would definitely check it. All right. So, whoops, I actually meant to put a box around the other one. I do prefer the decimal answer, the fraction answers, but the decimal is good as well. All right. And then the second part is I want to find the distance between the 2 points. So distance formula, distance is equal to, so we're going to do x minus x, so x1 minus x2 squared, plus y1 minus y2 squared, and all of that's under a big square root. So the difference in the x's, so big square root, I know I write huge. So first x minus the second x squared, plus the first y minus the second y squared. So let's see what we got here. So -4 minus 2 is -6. We're going to square that. And then 3 minus 6 is going to be -3. We're going to square that. So -6 squared is 30. Slow down. Is 36. And then -3 squared is 9. So 36 plus 9 makes 45. That's under a square root. And then the last thing we're going to do is see what we can do about simplifying a square root of 45. So I know 45 is 5 times 9. 9 is 3 and 3. So I've got 3, 3, and 5. So I've got a pair of 3s and then a 5 that doesn't pair up. So my distance is going to be 3 root 5. I don't have units here, so I'll go ahead and call that 3 root 5. Okay. If you needed to know a decimal equivalent, for lack of a better term, it is the decimal equivalent, just pop that in your calculator, all right? But for my problems, unless it says otherwise, I want the exact answers, and I want the simplified exact answers. So taking the root 45 and simplifying down to 3 root 5 would be what I'd be looking for. All right, so that's going to be the end of this video. We graphed the points. We got those. We've got the distance. We've got the midpoint. We are done with that problem. As always, let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I'll see you in the next one.